Hey everybody, this is Almonda, this is Riviera, this is Wurm Unlimited. We are in a boat as a passenger. Arana is our commander, and this happens to be done a little bit differently because the audio didn't take on the actual day of. So we're gonna voice over this. So if anything sounds different than you're used to, if you're watching my feed, that's why. I might not interact with the video as much as I can. I'm going to try my best. This was a community event. Currently we're in a tunnel that Squiggles, I think it was Squiggles, was one of the architects of. It is going through the north center section of land in Riviera. As you can see, I'm looking back and forth to the and referencing something that I'm talking about in chat. So there's lots of veins in here, and so they just worked around them just as a tunnel. You can see the artifacts of the tunnel. So this is a little bit different than the events we've been doing in just that it's not, it's kind of community sanctioned instead of GM sanctioned. So the people in the chat were saying, let's find this day and let's make this a time that we're going to go kill the white dragon. Now, one of the things about Riviera is that the white dragon has been a scourge at the white light since I've started the server back in December. So this has been something that we are trying to figure out how to get rid of this white dragon. So the community is coming together to come kill it. However, because it's the community event, we don't have the automatic transport with the transportation, what do they call it? Little arches that they have. So we had to find a way to get to this place. So my solution was to go ahead and transport myself to Rivia, teleport for free, grab a horse from Rivia. Right before I started the video, I was riding my horse and got a hello from Arana, and she happened to be like right there at the entrance of the tunnel. She stopped and happened to ask for a ride. As you might be able to see in here, I'm having a harder time seeing this than normal. Things are a little bit more blurry just because of how I've had to do this voiceover. So anyway, we're looking about an hour, if you haven't noticed, time of video previewing what we're doing. It's a little less not genuine, it's a little less reacty because I know what's going on and what's going to happen mostly. But so there's a lot of chat about going on what's happening in the chat. We're going to head towards the north section. There's a meetup point. It's Spooky Tooth's deed just north. I think this is Spooky Tooth. His deed, and he's by Donnerstein and somebody else. They've built some guard towers up there, but traditionally there's just been a lot of people have been kind of scared to go up to the white light. The white light is where you would, if you're a new player, it would be a way to gain the powers of the channeling if you don't happen to already have somebody grant those for you. Looks like we're leaving the entrance, and the entrance looks like it's a single wide. We've got rocks on the side. There's a boat sitting there. We went from the east side to the west side of that big center And so here I am scrolling back and forth, and as you see in the video, I'm just trying to keep my eye out for everything, what's going on in the video. I looked at how fast we were going. We're going pretty fast. I found the moving in a boat much faster than riding the horse. But yes, so there's a loose horse somewhere on the east side underneath the tunnel, where we were at, where I met Irana. So there's like a golden horse sitting there. It's not, I felt kind of bad for taking it, but not really, you know, it's as per normal. So as you can see, the white light goes into the sky. From my deed, I'm so far south, I don't see the white light. I see the black light a lot. But that's the beacon for the new players. So if you were a new player and you didn't want to ask somebody, hey, can you convert me? People are usually pretty good about converting. They'll usually transport to Riviera and convert you if you don't have any other place. Somewhere along the right, I don't remember if I saw it already or not. I don't think so. It's Prognut's place, and so I kind of give a little wave to his place. I was gonna walk by it. Some of these, I don't think we've gotten to the. Nope. No, we're still sailing, and as you can see in the distance, there's a beginnings of a bridge coming up, and to make the bridge, you have to have these center like points, and that's what I keep pointing to with the mouse. Make some cool buildings. So it's like actually multiple bridges going up to the center of this. So on each side, on the right side and on the left side, there's these beautiful like land that they have to build. And I'm looking at all the pieces of the bridges to get from one side to the other. So there's the land, and then we're looking at the bridge, and there's the land, and then they even build this nice little building on top of it with a bridge in between. Very, very pretty bridge. It's got a lot of character. It takes some sitting there in the nice ocean and dumping dirt, I would think. That's what you do to get that to happen. Here I'm looking at all the people who are on the server who have gotten different server titles and stuff. Arana, I think this is what I'm talking about in the video, or was intended to talk about in the video. Anyway, if I didn't wave to Prognut, if I haven't seen it, hi. I said I would wave to him. Anyway, Arana is the queen of titles. So, like, I think when we flipped over there a second ago to the server, there was the titles. Arana has lots of titles. Oh no, this is Prognut's place right here. Lakeside or something like that. I'm trying to see it as good as I can. But yeah, there's my wave to Prognut. Looking over at the side, somewhere towards the right, there is a dragon, white dragon. So anyway, before I left, we had a lot of food. Let's do some scrolling. I cannot read it from here. We'll see how this processes. I'm not confident it's going to process well. So if this video is awful quality, it's because of how things had to be done haphazardly in advance. So people are coming. They're talking about where to meet in the chat. Henry's there. In the chat, our GM, he's not set this up. As I said, Arana, actually, the one I'm voting with, is one that in the Discord and stuff I saw kept talking about this. I didn't read the whole Discord. I've been kind of taking a week to get other things done during the week. So anyway, at this point, we're on our way to the center meeting point. It's a little bit of ways away. It's about half an hour. I was trying to give myself an hour of travel time, and maybe I needed to give myself like an hour and a half travel time. I think I was going to, and then I'm like, I'm gonna go. No, I'm not gonna go. No, I'm gonna go. No, I'm not gonna go. Here's another like bridge coming up. There's a little building by the bridge up here. This is farther north. We are heading towards the north. Looking at all the boats and all the areas around there. Looking at the walls and the bridges, and this is a lot less parts, and there's a couple ships here, tent here, and another ship over on this side, the north side. And we kind of got stuck for a second underneath the bridge. So anyway, I'm kind of watching, see, okay, it looks like she's leaving. So try to stay local just to talk to Arana to know what's going on. Disembark, and we got a wagon. So takes me a second to get to the point where I can get in the wagon somehow. Actually, I think she had permissions turned off for a bit. So anyway, so now I'm sitting in the back of the wagon. So for a while it's gonna be backwards, walking backwards. So there's a nice little hedge. There's the way the wagon looks if you're sitting inside. The nice little highway that goes to the bridge goes to the west. Watching what's going on in the chat, and then the road disappears. Eventually will appear. I'm assuming this is coming. There's a lot of areas, but that doesn't have that much trees, so maybe they're just trying to get trees cleared first, and then they haven't had a chance to get back to this road. I don't know who's working on this road. Maybe that has happened. Somebody who's working on the road is no longer playing as much. That happens sometimes. Anyway, so we're looking at this backwards traveling. A little bit dizzy, just a tiny bit. This isn't forever. They're talking about the location. I think that's what it's reading down there. Trying to get everybody to show up and what we need. So at this point, I'm trying to figure out if we got stuck. We just got stuck. Trying to figure out if we had been to the place we're at. There's a bear that tried to engage us. There's a nice little tall wall there, and I don't know if that's a dead deed because I couldn't really see over the top of that wall. There is a guard tower there. I should probably, but there's a wall on the edge. So I think there's a deed underneath behind there, or maybe an X deed. Possibly it's a wall area that's deeded off. That used to be a deed. Would be worth looking. This voiceover does not have a pause, so I would have to stop and restart the audio. So I'm going to choose not to do that. So anyway, we're a little inland, like kind of to the middle of this little mini continent area. We were in the rivers before. They're kind of like lakes and stuff. Now we're traveling. Arana, there's a local, and that I didn't notice right away, and you'll see here in a second. I remember this conversation here. So Swiggles is talking about my titles here, and she said something about my title because I've been using the Fearless Dragon Slayer title. Just I don't know. I just like having it there. There's a deed there, and you start seeing people, and we got our civilizations starting to show up. And you can definitely see people. in the area, kind of watching to see if she's getting off and that kind of stuff. You're seeing Squiggles do some archery, and she's scoring numbers with the archery. And so, but what's happening is they're trying to see the word dragon, and my name is said dragon. And there goes Rana. No, she didn't actually go. Somebody has the altar of Venora, and it says pray station. I think it's fine. So at this point, I'm asking her if I needed to change my title from the Dragon Slayer, and if that's going to be a problem. What happened was that she's got this automatic search function for the word dragon, I think, just to make sure the dragon doesn't show up in the way. So I'm seeing that everybody else is setting up camp, so I'm going to set up camp too. Some people have campfires going. There's altars going. Arana's doing a good job at praying and keeping herself. I probably could use that as well, and I don't think I do at this point. Again, we're doing this as voiceover at the end instead of, excuse me, please silence these. Anyway, so Arona's got her rope with her, and she's praying a lot, trying to build up favor. Maybe it might be sacrificing too. I don't know. I'm not watching. So this person, I forget who this is, and I don't know if I'm gonna. It hasn't quite got the armor on yet. That's okay. Anyway, I'm gonna not be able to. I'm not hearing anything off this feed, but I think there is some audio coming from the feed. That's very light from the gameplay. The gameplay did actually record the audio. So if you guys are hearing things from the gameplay that you normally would hear, I'm not hearing that right now. So my voiceover is not reflecting anything that I do know that people are doing things like burping and that kind of stuff on there. Anyway, so here we are in the area. Excuse please. So I'm just kind of taking a quick look around. There's clay area here. It's pretty flat. Sitting there looking at just who's here and what they're doing and what horses there are. Cynic. He might be praying. Oh yeah, he's praying from the horse. Okay. That guy next to Cynic, standing there. I think it's Squiggle's alt. Yeah, Cynic is praying at the altar of foe, if I read it over there. And so I'm looking at how many people there are and what kind of things in the chat, and most of the stuff ends up being in the local chat, and some of the stuff goes out to the GL Freedom. And I start counting. I'm like, okay, so here I'm looking at how many people we have, and I think at this point we had like 12, something like that. I'm not counting it right now correctly. But this is seeming like it's going to be good. They said that they've tried to the same thing with a plucky group of adventurers, I think is how they put it, or something in the chat. They're talking about almost getting there with 12. So this is looking like it's going to be something that we could do. And maybe, if it's on a weekend, it's kind of in the middle of afternoon on US time, so it's evening in I almost said UK, but Europe. So it's time that people are going to be out in here, and so I start walking around just a little bit. I just want to get a chance to see this deed. It says north. I can't read it. Maybe I was already there. So like this center is kind of neat. You got the slate, and you got these not cobblestones. These are the sandstone bricks. And look at all these little creatures. These are like little statues from archaeology, and then all these little teeny tiny those are little mini deeds, and those are rewards from archaeology from other deeds. So Spooky Tooth, I think this is where we're at. He is very into archaeology / getting a lot of the tokens. So each one of those tokens comes from a different abandoned deed. You get a cache. Those little teeny tiny statues are from that too. There's somebody else, Jade. I think he's local. The person we just saw. I think there's a deed not that far from here that he just walked over from. But you can definitely see wagons. I really thought about doing a wagon. I was like, well, I could bring my wagon. I would have all my stuff. But the problem with the wagon was that the travel there and travel back. And so I think it was at this point here I'm starting to think about, oh, everybody's on horses. And sometime here shortly, I think I'd start typing about horses. Oh, Stonderstein. One of my buddies, you've seen him in a few other videos, bright green armor guy, still has bright green armor. I'm starting to count people again. It looks like here I'm counting just to see how many people there are. Oh, there's a nice head covering on that person there. So I'm looking at the horses, and we're looking at all the people. I like the blue color of the Donder cart and the Donder cave. Very, very nicely named. Donderstein, if he's watching. We'll see. Anyway, at this point I'm asking if anyone has a spare horse.
Hello.
Anyone would want me to borrow their horse for the afternoon. So, just, I said for the day, not for the afternoon. Anyway, at this point, he's either said hi to me
Hello.
or I'm saying hi to him, kind of a thing. So, anyway, so we're getting ready to go. I'm just standing here. Orana offers the wagon horses, so she said I can have a wagon horse. For some reason I didn't realize. I think we were riding in a Nar. That's that really long boat that we were starting off with when we were starting the video. Nar is one of the harder boats to get. That might be Orana there, actually. Yeah, that is her. Moving around wagons. Donderstein's walking that way out on the road. I don't really know exactly where the dragon is. They said it's over on the side. There's a anyway, I think I was gonna type something in the local about horses. I'm like sitting there going, well, maybe that horse is extra. Just kind of looking around. There's somebody else. No, that's the same guy from earlier that was standing over to the side. So people have been pretty nice. There's a guy with he's has a horse following him, and I'm like wondering, okay, wonder if somebody's gonna let me borrow a horse. Maybe that is who I think it is. Oh, maybe it is. So that is Squiggles. Okay, so Squiggles is sitting there with a horse, following her. And watch this. This is kind of cool. Um, she's pointing. So Squiggles. I guess she. I guess I assumed it is she. So she points to the horse, and so that's the horse that I'm gonna end up riding. So, thank you. I should say thank you again. As a wave, I smiled. Probably should have just. I think I was trying to right click and figure out if there was a way to invite chat with clicking on somebody, and I'm like, I don't know that I see that in the menus that come up here, and I don't think to go down to the area. Oh, and then I'm looking at the numbers, and I'm like, oh, that's when I figure out she's doing archery. So anyway, got one. Thanks. So I think they're talking about extra horses in the chat there too. So so I ask, and there that Squiggles is very nice. Let me borrow the horse, and I do give it back at the end. Spoilers. So this is kind of interesting to react later, but I'm kind of missing the moment, and without hearing it, it's kind of a little bit lost on me, like all the ambiance of what's going on. And I'm still kind of sitting there trying to figure out, so what? How do I do something nice And I don't know that I actually do anything here. It looks like I'm just sitting here thinking about it, like, well, again, it might be like where I'm trying to figure out the tell, and if I had just scrolled through the numbers, I would see it. So at this point, I'm like not really sure. Like all of our tents are back here, so I'm like, are we meeting here? Are we meeting somewhere else? And then I start looking through how many people we've got, and we've got quite a few people. Um, we still have some time before it starts. We got, again, I give myself extra time before the event started just to give myself travel time, and I ended up going a lot faster. So I would still probably be back at Progna's place or farther back. Excuse me. Kind of rude. Um, sorry. Anyway, we would be a ways away. Um, at a normal place. Somebody's got a cart there. There's a horse there. Oh, Donnerstein. Necromancer Donnerstein. And as always, the horse has to eat while they're on the cement, which makes no sense. So, watching squiggles, looking at the local, seeing what people are talking about. Sometimes at the events, it's kind of interesting because you're flipping back and forth from the GL Freedom, which is the name tag that we have the main conversations in, to the local tag. Then I'm counting how many people we have. And there's quite a few starting to show up here at this point. Almonda is pretty impressed with the number of people, and we're all standing here, so it's like, okay, well, if is this what we're gonna do? This is where people are gathered. This is where we're camping. Seeing lots of people walk by. Anyway, we are most taking an inventory of everybody talking. Nothing interesting really to note for a moment. Yeah. So, the White Dragon, the Scourge upon the lands. And it has other there's this green light coming from this wagon. So there must be a lantern that's got green either in the wagon or maybe it's on Hades himself. Might be Hades. There's Hades. So he's got this really cool leather hat. Or adventurer hat. It looks like a leather, like cowboyish hat, kind of, and I made an adventurer hat, so I think that's what it is it's wearing. And it's got this kind of stylish color that goes along with it, and it's got some personality instead of what we tend to see, the gray armor and that kind of stuff. Which, to be fair, is not a problem to have that armor. And then people were kind of going down the road. So I'm looking at all the tents and looking at all the people and just kind of waiting. There's and the intensity, and just curiosity of how this is gonna go. And oh, those are some pretty horses back there. You don't know that I noticed the was it piebald colors over there? There is a person I haven't seen on very much. Sprout. He sells horses. I think it's Sprout. You can get fast horses, and I really even thought about taking my horse up with the saddle and the saddlebags and the reins, and I would have went faster than taking the Riviera horse, but I was trying to like calculate. Okay, so if I do transport to Riviera, that takes me some of the way there. Now I could have asked for somebody to summon me, and throughout this, if you've seen or maybe can read it or whatever, I'm having a harder time reading than maybe you are, or maybe this is even worse for you than normal. Swiggles does ask if people want to be summoned, and I probably should have taken her up on it instead of trying to walk my way. But it was a neat experience because we got to go in the tunnel. I'm not upset at all about that. And honestly, so at this point. I'm just trying to like make sure everything's good. We've got a few more minutes. We're like about 10 minutes out, 9 minutes out from the actual fight. Oh, there's Hades. Let's see, he's got a blue hat and a red shoulder. And they're all walking down the road. So there's still enough people here that I'm thinking maybe we're staying here. We're gonna make the assault from here. Those horses are following that wagon. Cynic is praying. I should have went and prayed. I don't think at this point I do go and pray. But yeah, trying to figure out what else to talk about prior to going. I decided to eat some of my, it's not related, but I might as well get my food bar up. I brought myself a lunch out of my, just a lunch I made, I think. In a lunch tin in my inventory. Everybody else is praying. Trying to get their skill up. I see something in local flashing, so people are talking in local. Trying to decide if it's a good idea to walk over where everybody is or stay back here and be with all the praying people. I mean, Arana's still here, and this Snugglesworth guy. That's Squiggles' alt, I think. So we've got local chit chat. I can't read that. At one point they do ask where we're gonna meet, kind of a thing. There's Donderstein. I think he waves at this point again. Yep, he waves again. See, he waves, so I gotta wave back.
Hello.
So, and there he starts to talk to me, if I notice it right away. So, nice to see you again. Something about not seeing you very much anymore, I think. I haven't seen you for a while. Nice to see you too. So, very nice. Which is true, that I've been talking to Cognet a lot more lately. If I've talked to anybody, which is not very many. Or in the chat. I'm in the chat talking to certain people. So, I'm trying to figure out the necromancer part. Like, is that something special that Henry did or not? I don't remember. I don't remember if I asked him that or not. I don't remember if he said that or not. I don't really need to be back here. I'm just kind of hanging out here. Looking at counting all the people. I think somebody eventually says 28. So, spoiler, 28. So, yeah. So there's a little road. Like, do I go up the road? Do I stay back here? There's still people here. I'm starting to see more people take off. So maybe that's where I need to be doing. I see that horse by itself. Maybe I should be grabbing that horse instead of the horse that's somebody else's horse. I hope I don't kill this horse. Yeah, or life and stuff. So that's how this game goes. You can play it for a while, you can take a break. And that's very common. I guess as long as you don't have your seeds like decaying, you take a break for as long as you need to. Nobody's gonna come and wait on you. The thing I keep running into is I'm gonna, my see, now there's not probably anybody here. So at this point, do I see the message on the bottom that says that we're meeting at the side of the road? I maybe do. I'm like counting the people, like maybe I come back, maybe I go to the front. Let's go to the front. I think this is where I go. Decide to go to the front, or see the right up on the front. Oh, and there's a whole bunch of people. There's a pig. I could go get the pig. And then on the road, I mean, this is directly south of the white light, this road, well, I am. And there's a guard tower right there to the left, just off this road. And oh, look, a whole bunch of people there are where we actually are meeting and actually staging. No, we're not the last one. I'm not the last one. And they're talking about dolphins in the chat somewhere, and so there's a dead dolphin corpse up ahead. There's a seal corpse. There's a dolphin corpse. I'm not really sure why they leave them there. Maybe there's a reason. I'm curious to know what the dolphin provides for, like corpse stuff. Not really sure. Anyway, so we're at our second staging area. This is probably close to where we fight the dragon. He's rumored to be just on the west side of this road at this point. There's a scorpion on the edge. See Hades' green light. And he found a troll. Oh yeah, Hades was looking for a troll, and he wanted to tame a troll because he's got good taming skills, and so using the troll to fight with him. Found a troll. Able to tame him. So there's a troll following Hades. Yeah, I wish I could pause. I need to take care of something else, but I guess I'm not going to. Anyway, I still have an hour left. Ish. So we're sitting here waiting. I'm gonna check on my stuff. I'm trying to decide, what kind of spells should I be doing? Should I be doing Oak Shell? And I think that's what I do first, and then I do the Frantic Charge, just in case it makes me faster. They all want to know if we're ready. Type R for ready. It's a lot more egalitarian, I suppose. Is that the right word? Yeah, it's all kind of equal and kind of trying to figure it out separately together. And there's Hades. And Hades... Oh, I didn't notice that before his armor is rare and glowing. So, I'm not surprised. They definitely have a lot of, take a picture. Hades says something about nice armor. We ended up having a conversation again after this video about the armors and colors and that kind of stuff. So his is nice dark black, and he's got the bright red side. Somebody's trying the catapult to my left here, and so I think they're using what is it? Brass to catapult practice. But yeah, they're excited about the catapult and the dragon. Hades is like, yeah. There they go again. You see the dust? That's the catapult. So we brought a catapult this time. There's a pet not following Hades. I wonder if there's like a follow or something. Anyway, they're talking about the polling person now, so we're all starting to get ready. And here in a second, everybody's trying to get ready. We're We know it's coming from the west. There's somebody sent out to go get him. Aggro the dragon, get him to follow. This already happened, I think, at this point. The best thing is to not aggro if you're not going to tank. Oh, you see somebody in the... There's a horse moving, and right behind, there he is, the venerable white dragon. So, it's kind of cool to see a dragon walking around. So they talk about getting him on the seal, and it takes me a while to figure this out. They want to put the dragon right in the middle of this open area, so we're not fighting inside the trees. So I think he's just trying to taunt the dragon to get him where we need to go, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm helping, but staying back out of the way. And so there's the seal. So the dragon's challenging everybody, and it looks like everybody's starting to gather around the dragon. So we gotta attack the target of the dragon, and he starts off with all this health. And very, very formidable. Look at that picture. Oh, super cool. That is a neat. I mean, it's green. Maybe it's green because we have the green lantern going. Oh, green lantern. Just figured that out. No, there's the lantern that was it Hades with. Maybe that's why it looks green. I was trying to figure out why it looked green if it's a white dragon. Or maybe is that just the color of the dragon. So now we are fighting the dragon. And just spoiler, you know how long this video is. I've told you already. This doesn't take 5 minutes like some of the other dragons. We are getting them down. We're fighting. So trying to get the focus up. Focus. Really the only thing to do in this unique dragon fight, if you're not watching stamina and you're not watching like health of everybody, and you're not really being like, if you're just kind of defend, this is not, it's kind of a criticism on my own fighting to be honest. Ooh, freaky. Gosh, that's freaky. Still freaky, even though it's all animated. It's very, very big and dramatic, and movable. We'll remove that out of the way. Usually I like having it right in the middle of the screen just so I can kind of see what's going on. And the dragon got me, and I'm like, my instinct is go back, but then I'm like, wait, no, we gotta stay in this group because somebody's going to cast Light of Foe, and they're gonna be watching to see if people are hurt. So I just gotta keep, like right away we get a lot of hits on the dragon, it feels like, and we get the dragon, and then there's this red, and I'm trying to remember if is that a spell that somebody has, and it could be, but things are going so fast that it's hard to see if it's a spell or not, or maybe that's the dragon, like blowing fire. And the dragon heals. The dragon heals. So we've got healing dragon, and we're sitting there looking at this, and everybody's auto. I mean, we're all manually attacking, we're kind of all auto attacking because that's how the system of Wurm is set up. And you have to go back and forth. You don't have to. I go back and forth between the events that we have and the skills that we have in the fighting. Sorry. And so, yeah, this is a pretty intense fight. We've got about 15%, maybe 20 at this point down. one of the nice things about Wurm, and it also can be criticism of Wurm, is that really a lot of the fighting can be taken a back seat. You get engaged, you get your focus up, which mine is up pretty quickly. Excuse me. Mine's up pretty quickly, more quickly than I think, and I'm like, I was used to shield bashing before, and I don't have my shield with me. And one of the things they had talked about was that the dragon stole the shield of Krugluck, and I don't know that I see. Well, I'm not paying attention enough to find out if he steals anybody else's shield. But Krugluck, um, was in the previous attempt with this dragon where they had the 12 people and they thought they got it pretty good. And this is interesting and strange. Just tentacles. Oh my god, what there's tentacles going on and the dragon's going on, and this is just crazy pants right now. Like, wow, this is insane. The dragon's green, but he's a white dragon. You can kind of see that it's white, but maybe it's green because of stuff. And tentacles are a spell, and I don't know that the white light spell or black light spell, but dang, it's cool looking. Anyway, so then it's just, from here on, like, oh wait, I've seen other people repair, maybe I should be repairing, and then I'm like, wait, no, it, doesn't really let me repair, well, at the moment, but some of it, it's like, it's taking a while to figure out, well, if I start repairing, then I start getting out of focus. You notice how many times that I'm engaged, I'm looking at the combat and seeing if I hit it or if it lances mine. But you get an idea what's going on by the end of the events thing as well, so lots of stuff going on. You're trying to watch the stuff, but yet, again, this form makes it kind of nice because you can kind of spend time thinking about what's going on. Oh, my stamina. We needed the stamina. People get low on the stamina, so people much more skilled with magic than me are like vesseling their magic for later in the gems, and that's one thing I still haven't learned yet about the spells. I would like to learn, but I just don't spend time doing. The dragons got me on the crosshairs again. I could tell I got my health going down again. Look at that. I'm looking at that. Like, it's okay. Like, I just have to keep, like, staying in the group. And as long as it doesn't go too far down, we should be okay. Just gonna keep an eye out. Just gotta keep watching for that. Anyway, excuse me. So, anyway, we're watching the dragon. He's facing us for a bit. He's interesting, jumping around. We're stabbing him. I mean, I don't really mind. I don't know that I'm a good tank or not. I'm trying to figure it out because my fighting skill's 60. So maybe I need to be more of a tank. I mean, I've got the nice armor. I don't really go and fight and do any of the special moves kind of a thing. I don't do a lot of the spells either that much. The idea of the thing like Oak Hill and all that stuff is interesting because you have to like decide before you fight, am I going to use all my mana for, or not mana, it's not called mana here, it's called favor and faith. I want to use all my favor for like getting myself better, which I don't at this point have Oak Hill or whatever. Somebody's I'm seeing they're hurt and I'm like, oh, I need to help them out. And I didn't actually get it done like I was going to. Now I'm trying to decide. Do I give myself the oak shell again? Oh, maybe I don't. I keep going back and forth, I think, on this point. Like, maybe, like, there needs to be something I can do. Should I do this again? Would it be helpful? Oh no, what I'm trying to do at this point is I saw somebody else true hit, and I'm looking at my schedule. Spell list. Excuse, please. I'm looking at my spell list and I keep trying to, like, look for true hit. And I don't know where am I, like, I don't use it, so I don't know if it's something that I would have access to yet or not. About 90 some favor. Or 90 faith or whatever. So I have access to a lot of the spells, and maybe there's a spell in there that I don't have access to yet. I'm not seeing True Hit, so because I'm watching in the little chat thing that says that other people are using the True Hit, so I'm like, maybe I have it. So that's why I scroll that character thing back up, way up here on the top of the screen earlier. This is like the last couple minutes. Just trying to describe it. This is so much more exciting when I'm actually fighting you guys. Maybe it would have been better to just put this video up without the audio. I don't know. It's an experiment. We're gonna see. Maybe I'm more focused on talking because I can't hear any of the audio in the game. At this point, I think we start getting a little discouraged because the dragon's health just does not seem to go down. So either we're not attacking very careful or effectively, or not doing a very good job at like our locations or our coordination. Maybe there's other things we need to be doing at this point, because really it's just glancing off of everybody's. Of course, it is a dragon and they have scales, and so you would think that that would be hard to penetrate unless you're actually. So maybe the only reason, maybe just the whole like true hit's the only people who are actually getting the dragon down. Maybe that's what we need to be doing more of. People will be bringing their altars, and then they will take their altars and they will sacrifice maybe during. I don't know if they're sacrificing during the fight or not. Maybe they are. I think they are. You sacrifice the chopped onion or the chopped garlic or the chopped corn, and then you get your favor back. The other thing you can do again is the vessel, which stores your favor into gems. And so maybe you do the chopped thing, and then you store that into a gem, and then you put the chopped thing. I mean, that's what they were doing in the praying. Maybe it looked like praying, and they were sacrificing, or maybe they were actually more praying. I don't know. Before, so dragon. Oh, now the dragon's getting about 40% down. Not quite half, but getting close to half. We're not quite there. Dragon hasn't really moved very much for a while. I mean, yes, he moves around in and out, but not much otherwise. So somebody at one point in the chat is worried about the troll getting in the way. I see the troll. Eventually the troll gets aggro. So, sorry, I need to walk around while I'm doing this audio. I can't pause it. This is kind of frustrating for me. And I'm sorry, because I know I'm just making everybody else yawn. So, no, this is an interesting day. We're at 50% at this point in the video. Where are we at? Can't read the time. Oh, he turns around. He's turning around. Okay, so Dragon Princess is doing Light of Foe. So the people are walking around. So one person with a shield that was in the front before is now getting back in the front. Now the dragon's turning away from me. So now I'm on the side. I'm kind of staying in one place though, because it's easier. And then you just see the dragon scales, but back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Still getting low, but it never gets too far. And then Senec casts Mass Stamina. These AoE. Oh, there's the troll. The troll goes down. The troll must have got aggro because I can't hear it. I definitely can tell. I can definitely hear the. And I heard it at the time. The aggro. And now he's back this way again. So the dragon likes to be in this direction when fighting, and so and this is really pretty. I mean, it's just a really pretty dragon there. Nice picture, and the weather's nice. Slash, the lighting is good outside, and you see everybody's shoulder pads from when they were in the rift thing, and they all got shoulder pads, and I got other things that I don't. I did use the rare bone, strange bone, to give myself a my axe, made my axe rare, my giant axe, or whatever, my huge axe. So there's that. I'm just kind of staying in one place. It's just easy to stay in one place. Everybody's got their fun helmets and stuff. Light a foe. Oh, I must have been aggroed for a bit. And it's not gonna bother me to be aggroed because I've got enough body stamina slash strength slash whatever. My body skill is high enough that it's not as much of a problem as I thought it was gonna be, or that it used to be. Now I'm looking at the people. I'm looking at this red. I'm thinking about the red that Tobin has got, and thinking about all the coconuts, and I'm trying to figure out if there's like any blue added, or if it's just red by itself. It's kind of like this maroony color blue red, because obviously I gotta look at the colors. For a second it kind of looked like Arana was outside of the horde. She moved closer, and I guess Arana got the fun, fantastic face mask thing. So you've got that going on. But like we're at 45% for a while. Okay, the dragon disappears, turns around, and okay, so now are we hitting him? Are we not hitting him? We stayed at this point for a bit, if I remember right. Okay, we've been at an hour in the video, so we're getting closer to getting him. Takes a bit, doesn't it, to kill a dragon? And this is not a hatchling. The hatchlings were ones we were doing before. This is a full-blown size dragon. A full-blown, like, regular size dragon. So he's gonna have more health, he's gonna have more healing, he's gonna have harder to get to. I'm not taunting him specifically towards me, and maybe I need to be. If I decide that I'm okay with being kind of a tank kind of a person, then so I'm not really that squishy anymore. Between the armor that I got and the weapon that I got, now I don't have my shield. I went to the huge axe a while ago. I keep waiting for like the dragon to steal somebody else's shield, honestly, in all this, because Kroglug said before he stole the shield, and that was, I think I started talking about that story, but I don't know if I finished it. But yeah, they were gonna do the shield, get his shield back, is what they were saying. So I don't know if they actually had the shield or not. I don't know if the dragon took the shield and had it on his corpse, or put it in a lair. I don't know if there's a lair for the dragon. I don't think so. Since they're unique, they don't spawn out of layers, I don't think. I think they just kind of fly back in from somewhere else. So, very pretty dragon. So now I'm trying to figure out what's going on in the chat. It's still 50%. We're just kind of staying there. I just feel like we're just stuck for a bit. What are we doing here? Come on. Hit him. Looking at everybody's like, we got the tabards. Oh, it's there. They need help. They need healing. They're on hurt. So I cured the wound a little bit. And now, oh, he got me. I'm down. But, now I'm trying to figure out the best way to do the light of foe. Like, what do I focus on? Do I focus on the ground? Do I focus on the person? And then okay, I think I had a break in the recording time. It looks like I'm able to record again. I hope so. Sorry, this is gonna be a little choppy. This is a new way to do it. I don't think it wanted me to do a entire hour of narration over top of the current audio video. I took a really long video. It just took a while. I wonder how my computer's gonna handle this. Anyway, so now we're starting to talk about moving to the flank. If you're not gonna tank, get on the side. I think I see this a few times in the chat. If you're not gonna tank, get on the flank, because we're going to be much more effective on the flank. Because I think we're all noticing that it's just stalled. It's stalled at this time. We're like 50%. Like, well, dang, we're not making any headway on this dragon for a bit. So we've got a wagon up in here. A little bit clunky with the wagon, to be honest. Alright, so due to everybody talking about being on the flank, I'm going to start to move around so that I'm more on the flank or the back side of the dragon. I'm on the side, so maybe I'm effective. I don't flip over to the combat tab to find out how effective it is. I know some of the times in the previous or during the day it says that it dodges it or misses my air armor, with this, if in real life, in /real/fantasy life. See, and then we're going back to the flank again. Okay, so now I'm back over where I was, standing to try to hit better effectively. Maybe we're a little over half finally, but like, what, 10 minutes go on by when we're staying about half? And there's all the people and trying to watch what's going on. Stamina's starting to get low. Everybody else is thinking about the flank as well. He's hit me somehow, somewhere. Although I'm not starting him to turn around at me. I'm kind of curious if I'm in the flank, what's happening. They were talking about the tail whipping around. Somebody mass stamina, thank you. Dragon Princess, thank you. Dragon Princess I saw just before we did this. Oh, here comes the dragon facing this way. Oh, there's a light of foe. Thank you. Do I get back out? Do I get in? I gotta get back. Okay, if I'm not gonna be the tank, I need to be on the flank. So, get in and get out without losing focus. And the AI and the animation is so interesting that this person could be inside the dragon, kind of, and attacking it from turning around away from it, and still actually being effective, probably. It's funny. This is really funny how this works. Wurm has got its quirks and flaws and stuff. Alright, so at the flank. We're at the back side of the dragon. Now I'm like, oh, now I'm gonna look around. Because why not? It's getting boring to just sit there looking at this dragon. Yeah, we're getting there. So who all back that way? And I think I saw the arrows, and somebody had talked about arrows on a previous dragon, so I don't know if they were talking about this dragon specifically or not. Now I'm like, is my horse okay? Like, I'm hearing horse sounds. Like, no. My horse that I'm riding seems to be alright. That's one way I could figure out if he's actually got the horse or not, but like, I don't see people are dying. Like, there's no death tabs like there were in the Vehement one. Of course, Vehement one had all the lava, and I think out of anything, the lava killed a lot of the people on the Vehement attacks. So, anyway, here we are. We're maybe it's over 50, maybe, don't know yet. It's a ways in. This doesn't take 5 seconds. Some of the hatchlings we've done, we did those 3 hatchlings in a row. Oh my gosh, those were pretty quick. They take a little bit. I don't remember anything like this amount of time though. Of course, this is a much bigger object and this is much harder unique. But out of the uniques, out of the dragons, it's not the hardest. The hardest dragon happens to live not that far from where I used to live. The black dragon, and that one throws you and picks you up. So starting to look better. Maybe this flanking thing is finally working. Maybe we're looking at how much. Thinking about how do I do spells. Like maybe I should start thinking about doing something like light a foe if I can. Or mass stamina. I think I was looking for mass stamina at that point, but I don't think I had enough. Magic favor to do it now. There we go. Starting to get 60, 70%, 65. I mean, it's finally 2/3 dead. Finally. You know, now I've got people in the way, and it just happened to be who's standing there next to me, and how the physical movements go, and it's kind of annoying and weird. If I should get where I could see what's going on. Oh, he's got me. See, I'm behind. I still got hit, but that's okay. Oh, got hit again. I'm on the back. Light a foe. I think there was 1 or 2 light a foes at the same time. Which, oops, happened. What I should have done is sold somebody a gem. Well, we were camping back there. Oh, look, maybe we're at 80% dead. Hopefully. Okay, so we got over this hump. I don't know if the hump was just everybody not flanking, and now they're flanking now. But it's getting better. Or maybe it's other things. Somebody had said, here comes the dragon. He's turning around. Wait, no, I don't remember what I was talking about. This person's moving. And they're fighting while they're moving. It's kind of cool to see. And now we're back to the flank again in the back. The tail maybe doesn't whip you, but the tail can hit you. I've seen it now. On the back side of the dragon, I have gotten hit. The dragon's like, yeah, get off of my butt. Excuse, please. So, yeah. So the dragon. Oh, he's getting closer. He's getting closer. We're gonna get it. And I'm not sure if there was something that turned the tide or not. I think at one point I do notice Toriaki and Henry, and I don't know at what point I see him, but oh, he healed himself. Oh God, somebody didn't actually heal him? No, I don't think so. Look at he went from down to like 5% to like a lot less. And I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this spell. I don't have very much, but I have some. Gotta do something. Try mass stamina. No, I don't see mass stamina there. Crimson Phoenix is light and foe. I'm like, I keep wanting to look for mass stamina. Why do I not see mass stamina? Maybe I just don't have. Toriaki. There's Toriaki. I'm like, I don't remember Toriaki being there. Why did I just say Tori? Look, he's almost dead. He's almost dead. He's almost dead. He's almost dead. We're close. We're close. We're close. Close. So like at the very very end, he finally just like gives up. Like dies. And we're all dragon slayers. And I was trying to figure out that if that was a better event, like if we were a dragon hatchling slayer before. Who's just sitting next to me? Do I recognize them? I don't remember. Green gloves. So now there's a bunch of waits and what's going on and that kind of stuff. So the main part of what we were doing is over. But the video goes on for a while. I'm not gonna cut it off, even though it might be just as easily to do so. So now we're trying to figure out who's get the corpse and how we do that and how the rolls go, and might as well start repairing. And oh my gosh, I've had so much damage on my breastplate. It's dark orange. Oh, I've never seen that much damage on my breastplate before. So there's that, and we're going. We're getting there. Yeah, there's that dolphin in the background. Here's the corpse. I don't know if somebody dropped it out of their pocket before or what. I think we're trying to figure out, somebody's trying to figure out what to do. Like, how do we do this part? We're just all standing around like, well, we want to stay put. This here to my right, Tori, bright blue with the halberd, near the dragon. Arana has been the one who's done all the coordination, and so they're giving Arana the chance to get the corpse drawn and decided and how that works. Normally when we do it as a GM centered event, Henry's got this part figured out by now, but I think with all the people, we're just trying to figure out what we're doing, because everybody's just standing there. We're all waiting. We're like, something's gonna happen. Maybe we'll get the corpse. Maybe somebody else will get the corpse. Maybe, but I think right now we haven't decided who's got the corpse. Is that Lilith? It's archery person. I like that archery. Like, aesthetically, I like it a lot. There, somebody picked up the corpse. But yeah, I think collectively all think that Arana should be the one to distribute the corpse. Or maybe get it herself. I don't know. She was the one who kept rallying everybody about it, so it makes sense, right? Hades has got his adventurer hat back on instead of the dome. Henry's here. I see his gold helmet, and it's not the same helmet as was last time. In the Vehement one, his helmet was kind of one you could see his face on. This one's the covered one again. They're talking about the rolling dice and how that works. I really need to pause, but I can't. Maybe I'll just stop and we'll resume it here in a second. Hey, I needed to take a break, so sorry. Okay, so we're in the we're trying to figure out who's getting what. We're all standing on the seal. Somebody said to stand there or stand on the corpse or whatever. I think it's so we can get close enough so that if it does roll, then we'll be able to check your inventory. So somebody's got something. They either got the roll, so that roll 28, roll dice 28. That's what Henry says to do. Slash. So that gives us a roll. So I would be number 2 because I'm the second person. If you're doing the numbers off of that way. I think if it's alphabetical, people in the chat. So not number 1 anymore. But yeah, looking at the horses and the people, trying to figure out what we're doing. Almost done. I'm trying to figure this out. Did somebody get it? Squiggles gets the corpse. So Squiggles got the corpse. So do we wait around for something else? Or is there other parts to it? I can't remember this part. I think we're almost at the point where we could leave. There's Squiggles there with her alt behind it. Again. Yeah. There goes Squiggles. Like, no more. I have her horse. Actually, don't forget to go get the horse back. Yeah, it's only fair to do it by dice draw. Ooh, pretty horses with the white mane, the black horse with the white mane. There's a specific name of horse that is. Super pretty. Yeah, so what are we staying here? We're trying to figure this out. Everybody else seems to be staying here, so maybe they're waiting for something else. Maybe I'm waiting for something else. The only person I really saw leave was Squiggles, so as far as I know. There's Arana, who also got the black with white horse. So, looking through the bottom, seeing who's all here. Tori, Henry, Zenek, Donnerstein, Lilith. I think that was Lilith. From here. There's some people put the tents up over here, in addition to the ones that we had over there. Something about 5 minutes. Oh, I've been inactive. I must turn that off. Yeah. Was trying to get my fighting skill up for my axe skill or whatever. I don't know if it was the whole time. Or I don't know if you gain skill the whole time you're fighting or just at the end that you're fighting. Probably. Like, well, there's somebody's leaving. There's still a bunch of people staying. So am I seeing? Ooh, that's a pretty blue, purple, blue. Maybe it's just a blue. It's got a lot of gray in it. I got enough green in mine that it's kind of neat. Armor color. I'm talking about the dyes of the armor color. So, oh, they're talking about the shield. The Krog's shield. So, is Krog not here? I think Krog wasn't here, if I remember right. Searching through the bottom. And so we were trying to figure out if we were going to auction it off if they had the shield or not. A bunch of people are starting to leave. So maybe it's time to think about leaving. I don't remember. I'm not too far from the end, guys. I'll have to try to remember to say goodbye before I was ready to say goodbye. Because I paused it on the initial video and then, yeah, look at all these people leaving. They're all going back. So, maybe there's something to stay back for. Maybe not. Maybe not. Cloth. Helmet. Not helmet. They brought their own horses with their own saddlebags. Some of them are a lot closer. Well, they also probably took horses with them. Maybe they put carts and boats and stuff like that. Scorpion. Oh, looks like it's time to go. I'm looking at the.
Well done.
They don't see the catapult anymore. I wonder if they could catapult the corpse of the spider. Probably. Don't really remember that, but probably. Okay, time to get back. So, gotta go back, make sure that Squiggles gets her horse back. And she's very generous. She was generous in the last video as well. So, now it's time to settle back up and figure out what's going on. And get my tent. Don't forget my tent here. So yeah. We had a dragon fight. It was an interesting fight. Where does Squiggles go? Oh, there. there they are. It's the horse that I need for this. Let's disembark. Found them right away. I needed to do the pointing thing, or maybe they got it. I think they got it. I was gonna say something. Oh, she got it. That didn't wave again.
Hello.
It's a hello, but I meant to say thanks. That was their wagon horse, and they had their unicorn behind. So, yeah. Looking around, still some more. How are you getting home, Almonda? I'm gonna teleport back. That was what I decided. It was just gonna be fast. That's why I didn't want to take my own horse. Then I would have to be stuck. I think I was frustrated with being stuck there and back with the travel, with as far as I had to go. I'm not exactly. I'm close to the very opposite of the map. I suppose the very opposite is the new challenge. It's going to be next weekend. The red dragon hatchling and the black dragon hatchling. That's way on the northwest. Like, well, one of them's on the northwest, one of them's on the southwest. Complete opposite. So I about ready to stop. So you guys, this was Wurm Unlimited. This was Riviera. This is Almonda. We were playing on a free modded server. You guys have a great day.